electrified.
Whew.
Trying to throw off his opponents.
I'm still waiting for the blood red. I think a lot of the folks at home are, but
in trouble.
Rune, Bulba gets caged. They found the cone head and they want to beat him down. VGR working on him. There's the DK stun. This looks to be the first blood. One more swipe. DDC gets it and VGR come out swinging, grabbing the first blood there on the Darkseer. Even if he doesn't go down here, Lane is basically over with that. Has to commit the salve already. He's gone for the early Quelling Blade, which we've seen a lot of the mid-melee heroes do, gods, but with that harassment and with the level in Dragon Tail, going to be very tough. As EG, almost every offlaner, doesn't really mind the harassment, has the good base stats, and has the regen from the Brain Sap. As again, they move on to Nono, just punishing this Dragon Knight mid. And this time, I think they're committing for the kill here, gods. No, sir, you're down. EG, get him again. Make it 2-1. This DK needs help.
With Battle Hunger, it's just doing work here. Slider dies again at bottom lane as well. EG are crushing the lane.
Up to sacrifice the other lanes, they feel they have no other choice. PPD actually the leader in terms of experience right now. Overall leader, at least if that graph is to be believed, as they move on to Yang bottom. Brain Zap comes through, another kill. AUI and PPD teaming up again. Feels good for the EG offensively to drive Sumail back, and he'll succeed in doing so. They drop the kinetic field, but there's just not much follow-up damage here. Even DDC joining the fray, and EG calmly walking away thus far, but the glimpse comes out. It's into Nono. Dragon Tail there. The tower not assisting those. The Breathe Fire is on 2, and they're turning on Nono. The Spirit Scythe is going in 2v3. EG are winning the fight and bringing down this DK. No, not again. EG punish after punish, make it 5-1. As Fear looks to limp away, a swoop in from the Phoenix. They might get him a secondary Sunray. So much commitment just for a 4-position roaming axe, and Dragon Knight dying again. Hey, this is just going to be additional gold as Fear has found the stack.
AUI comes in mid as well to help with the push with Exodus, but needs to be careful because he's very low. Great
rotation from EG, applying pressure here, there, everywhere. And Sumail sees 4 heroes mid, just runs in on it. AUI will be the man caught though. DDC, good glimpse back, and that is a key core going down. It's not the crush actually, it's PPD.
They see the axe coming
Wall
down.
and Viz, but they get off the sleep. DDC's here, the Centaurs parading about, and they might even go back on to PPD. Gets glimpsed very far away from Yang, who manages to get that crush, and the Sunray comes through. It's going to be 4 heroes streaming in this from the south. Also joining this will be the Dragon Knight. They get PPD, but to some extent, space created. That was a 4-hero kill.
Up here, they want to get this T1 mid tower, but with only 2 heroes in the mid lane, this is a risky play to go for. So yeah, they leave the tower.
Oh, they get the grip from around the trees on the end. He thought he was hidden, but he's not quite. And simultaneously in the mid lane, also action brewing. Sumail is going to go down, but there's the Infest back to safety. AUI tried to deny that creep and end now. Force the turn and run. There's an Omni Slash available. It's not enough to kill him. End though, he survives. He pops on the armlet. Oh, he's not able to get the secondary toggle though. Does manage to buy that quarterstaff before going down, and while that was happening, Death Prophet also dying. Now the question is, who gets the bigger objective here? Tier 1 going to be slowly sieged by VGR mid, and simultaneously top, EG pushing that tower, but that tower is closer to dropping, so EG get the tower first. The pings come out from the Death Prophet. Looks like Sumail wants to fight.
Yeah, he should be TPing back mid to defend this one. This other stack as well. It's dangerous to go for this. He may call for some backup.
Well, Fear stealing stacks, but VGR looking to steal some kills while EG are unsuspecting. They get Sumail again. That's 2 deaths for him. He's still up there in net worth, but that's a lot of golden experience thrown back the way of VGR.
In last game, but it feels like EG not only taking objectives, but getting more farm out of the map simultaneously.
They're being more aggressive in their map control on the back of those objectives, I think, is the key here. Is they begin their siege on the mid-tier 2. VGR, do they really want to fight into an exorcism? It's still going for Sumail here. They've got some time. They debut the Blake and move forward. Once again, it's the Wonder Kid they want. Do they get him in time? He's low. He's not dead yet. He does end up falling. FY just drives on by. The Firebird falls. Never got off the egg. And meanwhile, Fear on the backside does drop as well. So VGR make it a 2-for-1. Could have almost been more if he'd gotten that supernova off. They have been chewing through these way more than they normally do. This is a much more aggressive side of EG compared to what we've seen thus far in the event.
Oh, looks back, they've pulled PPD.
PPD out of position a bit, team nowhere in sight. It looks like they are going to sacrifice their captain. He goes down with the ship here. Seen in the night, who gets the jump. Yang aggressively moving up the ramp, but ready to reveal it as PPD. He's on the high ground. There's a blink, a crush. He's a bit slow to react. They're going to lose the bait off the bat, and Fear moves in. Gets a good call. The back, the wall is is there. He drops the egg immediately. FY with the defensive maneuvers, but Yang off to the south. Almost dead. One more auto attack will finish him, and now Sumail's going to turn back. Bulba just surging away on a sliver of HP. He does survive. Will Sumail chews through these backliners of EGR? A scattered chaotic fight as FY swooping into the pit, and then Sunray up to the high ground, but Fear is going to find him, gives him the vision needed. Sumail finding a triple kill and looking for more. No, just wants to get out. TPs, makes it home. It's a 3-for-2 exchange.
I think that's where VGR feel very confident in their ability to take this one.
Well, it was a 3-for-2 earlier, but if they get a Roche, it becomes a huge win for VGR as AUI starts to poke and prod, moves towards the pit. He gets up the spin here. He walks on to 3. The Age is already down. That's grabbed by the life steal. The last pitch of the Dire, so a complete win so far. PPD gonna drop. EG have come in a bit late to the pit. They do get a good back up onto the hill. Yang gonna TP out. No, fighting against Illusions. Decides to just TP, but he's Yols. He's in trouble here on top of the cliff. Really doesn't have an exit plan. FY swooping out, toggling the arm light, but again, EG keeping the vision up. Fear's in deep. Did find that secondary kill. Now the DK down, but and chewing up some of these heroes. A 2-for-2 overall. EG do contest in the pit. They get 2 cores, and the Dragon Knight continues to die. Easy start on it. AUI stuns him and looks to go in the mid lane. The Static Storm getting dropped as well, and they're gonna burst him. He melts and ends trying to move forward for PPD. Sumail slowed down, chewed up. He might be spit out momentarily, and Fear tried to save the day, but the kinetic field catches them again. Swooping forward. FY looking for the finish here and working on Sumail, but it's just that damn Spirit Siphon. They can't kill him until they turn back and say, well, we'll take the bait instead. So it ends up being a 2-for-0, and now Sumail, with the Exorcism even committed to that fight, forced to run away. And now the glimpse. They find Sumail. He might drop again. This could be a huge coup d'etat for VGR. The Ghost still going. Can he turn it? Sumail's tanking. They return at the right moment. VGR can't finish him off. They've overextended. Now Bulba's coming back into the fight, and FY's got to try to heal his teammates up. He stands his ground. He swoops back in. He wants a piece of Sumail, but Sumail is not afraid, and Fear comes in. Chop number 1. Looking for a second dunk. Does Bulba have the mana for a surge? He's close. He chops him too. EG punish the overextension of VGR.
With the blink call, the Lifestealer may just not be able to get the job done.
What great positioning. They're going to leave the axe in front to scout up the gank. The ping comes through. They do. Oh, chunk him down. My God, he melts. But the Exorcism now comes out, and Sumail looks to re-engage. Fear out of the fight. Let's see if VGR stick around.
Very disciplined. VG, they disengage after getting the kill because they don't want to fight when Lifestealer doesn't have rage up. So once they get the first kill, rage is about to wear off, they back off, wait for their next rage.
And now they're moving back in. No buyback here, so it is a power play for VGR. Looking for that follow-up kill. Exorcism for staff as well now, so a bit of extra catch range. Who gets the jump? There's the crush. It's a swing and a miss, and now they look for the turn, but an instant glimpse back of PPD. VGR, no. The jig is up. They need to disengage. No, turning. Trying to fight this one out as Fear jumps onto him. The egg gets dropped in the midst of it all. The Audi flash onto No. He needs a little bit of help to tank this thing. Nobody focused in the egg. The stun does come out. Sumail pushed forward into the middle of the enemy team. They're going to focus him down. Death Prophet dead. That's the damage for EG. They don't have a whole lot without it. Fear's falling to back. The wall is up to Bulba to turn this, and gets purged and gets slowed, and AUI tries to hack, tries to bring him down, but that's a tanky zombie. He infests, he pops back out. The Blade Fury prevents the damage. Could have been an instant kill. Still Yang in pursuit, looking for more. They are going to grab the Disruptors, the trade, but now PPD in a lot of trouble. Crushed down near the pit, surrounded, pounded, brought down. 2-for-3. The Illusions joining this one though, and working now on Yang. He takes some damage from this. It's an overall win for VGR, with the Exorcism even committed to that fight.
EG, they're going for a jump here.
Aggressive move forward, but the Static Storm once again planted into 3. Hero Crush, surprise! It's me, your NDG, as he mauls them down. Bulba barely trying to get away. He won't make it. 3 have fallen, and they are completely routed. A bold maneuver up the hill, completely shut down. Yang just silenced them.
Yang is one of those players, like, he can have a terrible landing stage, but he is a teamfight specialist. He is so good with his initiation. 9 times out of 10, they'll just win you the team fight right there. Like a 3-hero crush, perfect, on point. VGR crush EG when they're fighting without Exorcism. They take a Roche.
And now they have 3 minutes in. They're starting to hit their stride. They're confident, pushing forward mid. As No swoops in, it's Fear going for the blink call. He does find DDC. They get the Disruptor nice and early. No looks for the disengage. EG hunting for stragglers here. PPD creeps in. We'll see another TP out. No. Will they be able to catch him though? Nah, he's got the Aegis, he's got a BKB. They do get him once with the sleep. It's not going to be an easy kill, but the call, it is there. The sleep coming back on. He BKBs. Does he fight? He gets gripped as well. EG, some serious hate for No. They get him once. Do they get him a second time? Slardar's coming in. Backup's on the way. EG moving forward. They look for the call. They do get No again. They will chop him down, and now they find a third. Onto the Slardar. Static Storm's there, but Goku is the wall. Boba with the counterplay. Look for the egg. It's a great zoning egg. EG can't get to it. The right click. They've got to run. That would take Nervousing. He gets back to Sumail. The kaboom comes out. FY jumping him again. The crushes from Yang. In and out he goes, but they have such end. PPD keeping this life stealer in check for now, but he gets his vengeance. And then they look for Sumail, dropping the kinetic field, laying into him with the Sunray. They won him again. Sumail down once more. That's 3. They get 4. The Illusions fighting for all they're worth. The army of undead.
It was 5 LD. It was a buyback from Fiat.
The two key players for that is they swing the Bane around from the north, but a scan reveals it for VGR. They know it's coming, and No moves in, looking for his vengeance on Sumail, who frantically backs up. PPD grips him from around the tree line. Quick crush, deleted. And then the Zank gets dropped. Oh, that was a bold maneuver by FY. That they get the glimpse of Sumail, that explains it. Lands the egg, gets the follow-up, then the Sunray, the Static Storm there as well. And you are barely making it out, but VGR on the hunt. They kill up the Hilly Ward. They rush forward. A horde of angry heroes led by the Fishman. On the Boba, trapped in the cage. Will he be able to make it out? They stun him. They kill him. 3 down. Make it 4. AUI 2 has fallen. 1 buyback for EG. End is godlike. And EG's own end might be upon them.
What were we thinking doubting FY gods? Like, FY knows what he's doing. He had a plan with that supernova.
What shot calling from VGR.
And they knew they had the ward behind the tower, so they have a guaranteed glimpse catch here. The vision from VGR is just catching EG by surprise time and time again. And what looked like a questionable egg at first turns into an amazing egg because they glimpse the key EG hero, the Death Prophet, back in, and suddenly EG, they've got to commit or they lose Sumail. Losing Sumail is losing, well, possibly Rack, but also fighting into the egg, also going to lose a team fight. So it's really a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And suddenly VGR.
I mean, you say possibly Rax. It is guaranteed Rax. Death Prophet, no ultimate for 70 seconds here. VGR can push in all the lanes. Oh, can they? They get the Blake call. Backup coming in here from the Disruptor. FY barely durable. That's not an easy Phoenix to bring down. Yang with a swing and a miss. A rare whiff there on the crush, but No moves in anyway. And Fear melts and comes in late. The gem has now hit the deck and they turn on the PPD. Beating away at him. They get off the bat. They get the kill. AUI 2000 going to be next, but before he drops it, Sumail, 3 dead, they get 4, it's gonna be a wipe and end gets the rampage! VGR have finished EG, your TI5 champions. 4 of the players from that roster knocked out in the BO1s by Vici Gaming, who truly are reborn here at the Mall of Asia Arena. What a beating this was towards the end.
I think the scoreline says a lot here. End on the Lifestealer, 14, 1, and 19. His Lifestealer really showed up. This has been the player who has really delivered for this team from the carry role. He's been one of the biggest young super